What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Blu-ray Bandit. Today we're gonna unbox a ton of 4Ks from eBay. Let's see what's inside. First up, there's 25 titles in this 4K eBay lot. I paid $202.50 total, shipped to my door. That's an average of $8.10 each. First up, Casino Sealed. This scans at roughly $15. I'm actually going to keep it. I need it for my collection. It's a good movie. It's a Martin Scorsese movie. Another director, I'm kind of low-key collecting all of his movies. I don't remember much about it. I actually have it on Blu-ray, so I'm going to resell the Blu-ray to help pay for the cost of this title. Hopefully someday, between now and if I potentially open this, I'll find another copy that's already opened, and then I can flip this one. Either way, it's a good movie added to the 4K collection. It's a Wonderful Life, sealed with slipcover. This one scans at roughly $14 on eBay. It's a classic Christmas feel-good movie. It's one I've seen a couple times in my life, and I don't necessarily ever need to see it again. I do like the idea of owning some classics on 4K. That way it's not all just modern special effects films, which feels like that's what gets the majority of the 4K releases. But I kind of wish it wasn't this one because I have no plan on ever watching this movie again for the rest of my life. I'm not against it if somebody else wants to watch the movie, but I don't necessarily need it on my shelf, and I need to sell a few of these to pay for the rest that I'm going to keep. Therefore, this one's going on eBay. Hacksaw Ridge, again sealed. It's a good, intense war film directed by Mel Gibson, starring Andrew Garfield, amongst others. I already have this movie opened, used on my shelf, so I will be selling this sealed copy to help pay for other titles I'd rather keep. Joker 4K. I recently picked up a copy of this in a large Goodwill lot that I live unboxed on the channel. If you haven't seen that video, there it is right there. You can also find it in the description. So I don't need this copy, and luckily, this one is sealed. I will probably be taking the slipcover and putting it on my copy. When I did a scan of the estimated value of this title, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of difference between with slipcover or without. So I'm going to sell this sealed copy and put this slipcover on my used copy. I don't have to have slipcovers for me to be happy, but when given the opportunity, I do think they look better on the shelf with the slipcover. So I will keep it if possible, or if it makes sense. Keeping the slipcover, selling the title. Braveheart. That's it for all the sealed titles. The rest are used. This one with slipcover. This is a movie I own on Blu-ray but did not have on 4K, so I'll be keeping it. It scans at about $15 on eBay. It's a good historical war movie. Another one directed by Mel Gibson. This one starring Mel Gibson. With digital code. Yeah, starring Mel Gibson, you've got the 4K, the standard Blu-ray, and your special features disc. It's been a while since I've seen Braveheart. It's a long movie for sure, just shy of 3 hours, and I can't wait to rewatch it on 4K. Braveheart added to the collection. Midway with slipcover. Nice and tight slipcover at that. Yeah, I've seen this movie. It's another war movie. It's okay, but nothing I necessarily need to have on my shelves. Nothing I plan on watching again. I mean, I guess if you're like these have a decent amount of digital codes so far. I don't remember in the listing if it said they came with digital codes. I'm not even sure if those are valid. Check the description. I'll let you know if any of these are valid. But yeah, Midway, middling movie, I would say. There are definitely better with similar subject matter, in my opinion. If I was just juicing my 4K collection, I'd keep it, but instead, I'm going to sell it. It scans for $12, which after resale will pay off about a half a title I want to keep. This is Gladiator with slipcover. Classic movie set in Roman times. Russell Crowe at his height, for sure. Also a movie that won Best Picture, and it includes the theatrical and the unrated versions of the film. Pretty much a full package right here. This is a movie I own on Blu-ray, but another digital code. Yeah, this is a movie I own on Blu-ray, but do not own on 4K, so I will be keeping this copy. It's a good one. I'm sure you guys have seen it, and if you haven't, what are you waiting for? Another long one, and another one I'm happy to have on the shelf. Terminator 2 Judgment Day with slipcover. I have a copy of this sealed on my shelf, so I will be reselling this one. It doesn't scan very high, about $8, because it's been running on Amazon for $9.99 for quite a while. The reason why I know that is because I have a Twitter account that notifies me every time any 4K drops below $10 on Amazon. You can follow this Twitter account as well. There's a link in the description. Check it out and be the first to know when they drop below 10, brand new on Amazon Prime. Anyway, this one's not worth a whole lot used, but it fetches a couple dollars more new, so I'm going to keep this used copy and sell my new copy from the shelf. Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, an instant animation classic, another title I already have on my shelf. This one scans at about $10 on eBay. I love this movie. I love the animation. I love the pace. I love the style of the movie. It's just, with digital code. It's just awesome all around. I'm a big fan of the Spider-Man movies that came before it. I was a little worried when I saw the trailers that it wouldn't quite be made for me, but ultimately I ended up enjoying it quite a bit. It ranks up there very high with some of my favorite animated films of the last few years. Again, I already have it, so this copy is going on eBay. Mission Impossible Fallout. I think this is the last Mission Impossible movie, number 6. I don't remember. Or maybe that was Rogue Nation. I can't remember which one was the most recent. But yeah, this is a title I don't have on the shelf. I would consider keeping it because I do enjoy the Mission Impossible movies. Even the ones that are not great are at minimum interesting, to me anyway. So I could see myself keeping this, but with digital code. Yeah, I could see myself keeping this, but I wouldn't be surprised if when the next Mission Impossible comes out, which I believe is at some point this summer, as long as we all get vaccinated, then I imagine shortly after the release of the movie, we'll probably get a box set with all of them in 4K. I would not be shocked if that was the case. Beyond that, I just can't imagine collecting these movies one by one on 4K. First of all, they're not all out on 4K. I think only maybe this one and Rogue Nation, maybe the fourth one as well, Ghost Protocol. I don't remember exactly, but I do know that not all of them are out on 4K. And it's a series that has gotten collections in every iteration of physical media in which it has existed. So it makes sense, big budget action movies, that eventually it'll get the 4K treatment. That being the running theory, I'm going to sell this. It only scans for about $9, but it'll pay for itself and help pay towards the cost of the entire lot. The Shining with beautiful slipcover. I love this slipcover. I also love this cover as well. What a movie. One of my favorites. A Stanley Kubrick classic for sure. This was probably the highest scan at $25. $25 scan on The Shining. That's the new price. I know this is a used copy, but I have a brand new copy on my shelf that I have been resisting opening, and now I'm glad I did, because now I have an opened copy that I can keep with slipcover, and my brand new copy with slipcover I'll throw on eBay and get roughly $25 for it. Either way, happy to add this to the collection. The Matrix, just the original film with slipcover. Obviously, a movie I enjoy. I'm sure most of you enjoy it as well. I don't have this in 4K, but I will not be keeping it because I'm really after the Trilogy set. For some reason, the Trilogy set is kind of expensive. Not too terribly expensive, but it's like roughly $40 to $60. And I try not to pay more than $10 per title when it comes to 4Ks. In fact, I'm really aiming for roughly the $8 range. But I've been watching it on eBay for a while, and I'm not sure it's ever going to come down to that. But this copy of The Matrix sells for about $20 on eBay, so I'm going to resell it to help pay back this lot and get me one step closer to the entire trilogy on 4K. Mad Max Fury Road with slipcover. This is a movie I'm going to keep. I already own it on Blu-ray, so I'll be selling my Blu-ray copy to help pay for the 4K upgrade. Everybody knows this movie. It's awesome, and I believe it's going to be the perfect 4K upgrade for me. I've seen it many times since it came out just a short 5 or 6 years ago, and I can't wait to watch it again on the best home format possible. Mad Max Fury Road. Thor Ragnarok, a Marvel film. I'm slowly upgrading all my Marvel films to 4K. Unfortunately, this one I already have on 4K. There are 23 Marvel films, and I have 18 on standard Blu-ray, and the other 5 on 4K. This just happens to be one of them. So I will not be keeping this. I will be reselling it. It scans at about $12 on eBay. It's actually one of my favorite Marvel films just because it's a little more lighthearted and unique compared to some of the others. When comparing Marvel films, there's definitely a few stinkers, a couple middling, and then like a murderer's row of movies that I enjoy for sure. But yeah, I already have this one, selling it. Deadpool and Deadpool 2. I already own Deadpool on 4K, so I'll be selling this copy of Deadpool. It's a fun movie. Can't wait to see what it's like when they integrate Deadpool into the MCU proper. I think he could fit pretty well, as long as they don't overdo it too much. Deadpool 2 with slipcover, I did not own on 4K, so I will be adding this one to the collection. Whoop. Deadpool 2, not as successful a movie for me as Deadpool 1, maybe just because the first Deadpool had so many surprises in it, and with Deadpool 2, it's kind of just more of the same. The same was fun to watch the first time around. I've only seen it once, haven't seen it since theaters, so I'm looking forward to rewatching it on 4K here very soon. Either way, I now have the entire Deadpool series, all 2 of them, on 4K. The John Wick trilogy, John Wick 1, 2, and 3. I already own 1 and 2, but my copy of 1 does not have a slipcover, so I'll keep the slipcover. But the actual disc for John Wick 1 and 2, I will sell. John Wick 3, I didn't have the slipcover or the disc, so I'm keeping John Wick 3 for the collection, selling John Wick 1 and 2, sans slipcover. Values for these were roughly 11 for the original, 9 for 2, and 9 for 3. All right, this is the Star Trek reboot series, all 3 of them, the original, the sequel Into Darkness, and the last one, Star Trek Beyond. All movies I enjoy, Beyond a little less than the first 2, for sure. I think maybe they were losing a little bit of creative steam at that point. I already own all 3 of these in a nice space-saving trilogy pack, but my trilogy pack is sealed. So I was considering keeping these since they're already opened and selling my trilogy pack, but then I scanned these and this one alone with slipcover is worth $22. The sequel is worth $11 and Beyond is worth $8. Altogether, that's $41, which is actually more than what my sealed trilogy pack is worth. So the only benefit to keeping these is that they're open, so they'll exist on my shelf guilt-free. I can watch them anytime without opening anything. But I also like space savers. I can keep all 3 films in the space of one of these. So I'll probably just resell these and keep my space saver and hopefully come across a space saver in the future that's already opened. And if not, if I get the itch to rewatch them, I'll break it open. I'm not against doing that. I just try not to approach these things like a bull in the china shop and immediately rip open the package the second I get it in my hand. Especially when I can have a little bit of patience. I'll open it if I want to watch it. But until then, I'm on the hunt for a copy that's already open. So these, I'm selling. And the final franchise set, this is Christopher Nolan's Batman Trilogy on 4K. These are titles I already own on 4K, so I will not need to keep these. I will be reselling them on eBay. Together, they scan at about $50, so they'll go a decent way to paying down the price of this lot, as well as other titles that I plan on keeping. Great fun movies, but I already own them, so these are going up for resale. All right, 25 titles. Total cost of $202.50. That's $8.10 each on average, with a total estimated value of $348. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for your best shot at a free digital code. Are you not entertained? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.